Hello everyone, it's Connal Finlay here, the owner and director of the Cellar store down in New Zealand, and welcome to today's episode of the Cellar TV. So, what we're going to be trying today is this fantastic little red wine from one of my favourite little producers from up in upstate New York. And this particular producer is one of the leading producers. Here's a little close-up for you. It's red Newt Cellars, and it is their Cabernet Franc, their estate Cabernet Franc, and it's from the 2014 vintage. So as I say, red Newt Cellars are one of the leading producers from up in upstate New York in the region called the Finger Lakes region. And so in particular these guys are on the Seneca Lake, which is the main lake up in the Finger Lakes region area. And so they're obviously well known for their white wines, in particular their Rieslings, as well as their Gewürztraminers, might I add. But today I have to say that this is probably one of the best red wines being produced up in that region. Generally speaking, the Finger Lakes are a little bit cooler, so that's why Riesling does really well there, as well as a few other grape varietals like Chardonnay and sort of Gewürztraminer, Grüner Veltliner, sort of those cooler climate white grape varietals. They will do well up there. Still, it is a little bit too cold to truly get things like Syrah or Merlot or Cabernet Sauvignon truly ripe enough up there, at least not consistently ripe up there. So it is a little bit on the back step, but people are making great progress, which is great to see. That said, this is, as I said, this is the Cabernet Franc, 100% pure Cabernet Franc, and it is probably the best sort of full-bodied red wine, or generally speaking full-bodied red wine, grape and wine that you'd see up there. Up in the Finger Lakes. It is cooler, so there are some fantastic Pinot Noirs that are doing very well up there, but generally speaking, those full-bodied, those big sort of intense red grapes, not so much. Though, that being said, this particular Cabernet Franc, it is lighter. You can see in colour, it is much more akin to a Pinot Noir, not just in colour, but also on the nose and also on the palate. We'll get to it in a moment, but there is actually quite a higher acidity. This particular wine is probably more medium-bodied, very dry, very soft, and as I said, it has got those slightly heightened acidity. So if you do like those classic sort of Pinot Noirs, not just from the Finger Lakes region, but sort of from places like Burgundy or sort of Germany and all the rest, there's very much those cool climate Pinot Noirs, then this is going to absolutely ring your bell. This is slightly more fuller in body, so more medium body than it is lighter in body, like many Pinot Noirs are. And so, all in all, this is going to be your sort of wine, your sort of gig. Anyway, let's give it a little sniff, shall we? So I absolutely love the real fruitiness, just the juiciness of this particular wine. I have had it open now for a couple of hours, so it is absolutely singing at this moment. And you'll notice that we did actually pop open this one, just as when we brought it over to the office from the warehouse, we decided to have a glass just before we shot. So we have actually opened this up. Usually we bring 2 bottles up, and so it's usually not open in the video, but nonetheless we got a little bit excited to try this wine. And we only brought the 1 bottle over, as I say, purely by accident. Anyway, so on the nose, this is really lovely and juicy. Lots of red plums, lots of red currants, and quite a lot of sort of strawberry notes, and very much sort of Pinot Noir-esque sort of flavours are coming through here. Lots of strawberry, very much in that sort of bright, sour red cherry. A little bit of white pepper here, and that sort of that spiciness comes through a little bit, and more, and as I said, we opened it up before, and we had a glass. But the more it opens up now, there is definitely much more of that sort of spiciness comes through. A little bit of that sort of the licorice and a touch of sort of that oakiness is coming through as well. It's rather lovely, but still predominantly very much on the bright, juicy and crisp sort of red fruit flavors. Anyway, let's give it a taste. So as I said, nice and juicy, but also very much in the higher acidity. Not high acidity as such, probably more medium to medium plus, but definitely is a little bit more refreshing, a little bit more zingy than you'd probably expect from a red wine, generally speaking. That said, that makes this the perfect sort of summer red wine if you're wanting something a little bit more juicy, a little bit more sort of chunky than a white wine or a rosé in summertime, but you are wanting a little bit of a red for a barbecue, for pizza night, or whatever you're wanting in the summertime. Grab a glass of this because it's just juicy, it's fresh, and as I said, it has got that little bit of acidity there as well. There are tannins here, but they are quite light, and so that also makes this very, very food friendly. Yes, anyway, so please do like away and check out the information that we've got on this particular bottle. We do have a few other wines from Red Newt Cellars on our website. All the information and the link is below for you to check it all out. If you're wanting to buy a bottle yourself, highly recommend buying a bottle of this. For now, this is probably drinking quite well, and it will probably continue to do quite well just because it does have that lovely structure there, especially from the acid, for another couple of years, but is very much that sort of fruit for that early drinking sort of style. So pick up a couple of bottles for now, this year, maybe try it again next year if you're wanting to put a couple down in your cellar. As I said, all the information is down below, so please do also comment away, let us know if you enjoyed the video, if you tried this particular wine or any other wines from Red Newt Cellars, or of course up in the Finger Lakes as well. And if you have enjoyed the video, I highly recommend that you check out a few of our other videos. We've got a whole bunch of other sort of tasting notes, some educational videos, and some sort of discussion and all the rest, all about wine, up on our channel, all in various different playlists. And of course, please do subscribe if you have enjoyed them, because we are constantly adding up a couple of new videos every week or so. And please do share away, of course, with your other wine-loving friends and family. That's much appreciated. I've been Connal Finlay. This has been the Cellar TV. Cheers.